to this FPFF training course, another of the basic safety training course of as led done by the STCW standards, also the code of 46 CFR, Code of Federal Regulation by USCG. Module 1, basic safety norm we are talking about. This is the third of the chapter in the same module, preparing for a shipboard fire incident. In this module, we'll see how do we do the preparation if a fire occurs on your ship. Aboard, I'm Sanjeeva Mehta, and I'll be your instructor for this module on fire prevention and firefighting, FPFF as it is generally called. With over 2 decades at sea and in training academies, training companies, maritime companies, and freelancer for more than 20 years, I believe learning should be just as engaging as it is essential. So this course is designed not just to inform you, but to prepare you to act, think, and respond when it matters the most, like when fire happens. Fire can happen anytime, anywhere, especially at sea, and it is always risky, dangerous. So let's begin this voyage by understanding the fundamentals that could save lives, including yours. Remember, what's to remember? Fail to prepare means prepare to fail. So prior preparation is important on all shipboard operation. And nevertheless, in the fire, if fire occurs, this is so devastating if fire happens on board the ship that is quickly overwhelm the ship staff. So you have to prepare yourself before an incident occurs. So never fail to prepare. All ships have company procedures to prepare ship staff with any eventual scenario like fire, beside many other eventualities. As per ISM code, also safety management system. You must know them all and follow them. All right? Must know the procedure which are laid down by the company. Practice them. That is why we have the drills on board the ships. It's a mandatory requirement under various flag state regulations and STCW, Standardization of Training Certificate and Watchkeeping, and also ISM code. Part A, Section 8, that company prepares procedures and plans for emergency preparedness for the shipboard eventualities. Company. So company has to prepare procedure and give to the ship staff. But ship staff have to prepare themselves as per the procedure laid down by the company. Drills for the various scenarios is an important part to practice the real-time scenario when incident will actually occur in an unfortunate event. We hope and pray no incident occurs, but incidents do occur, and some can get converted into accidents. Drill can also be called a test. So it's a test, preparatory test before the final exam. What is the final exam? When the incident actually occurs. That is the final exam. In that exam, you have to pass 100%. Otherwise, it is very unfortunate. Lives can be lost also. So, when you're conducting a drill, you're appearing for a test. You have time to improve yourself. Carry out the debriefing after every drill and learn what are the mistakes have been made, how improvement can be made. So you become a better team. So drill can also be called a test before the final exam, where what you learn and train for the event would actually confirm your ability to come out of the adverse situation successfully whenever it occurs, if at all it occurs. A fire drill must be conducted at least once every month. SOLAS Chapter 3, Regulation 19-3.2. It further states that the fire drill of the crew shall take place within 24 hours of the ship leaving a port if more than 25% of the crew have not participated in abandoned ship and fire drill on board the ship on that particular ship in the previous month. So remember this. This is simple. 24 hours, 25% of the crew carry out a drill. All right. Never put a person on the job unless until and unless he has been familiarized, briefed. Okay, very important. Every crew member shall be assigned specific duty, which they must know and follow diligently, which will be confirmed every time a drill when a drill takes place. This is what you're trying to find out whether the person has understood his duties, responsibility, and the task he is supposed to carry out. It is important that the use of portable fire extinguishers and also fixed firefighting system available on board the ship is learned by all the team members. Actually, everybody must learn. Hmm. Every ship has a fire alarm which is posted in a conspicuous place on board the ship. This alarm, this fire alarm plan is available to the ship staff. All the team members are required to familiarize themselves with the fire alarm. Whenever you get time, you do get time on board the ship. Go through the fire plan, which is posted in the alleyways also. One or two, some alleyway it will definitely will be posted. So study this fire plan. Just familiarize. Which whenever you go on a ship, especially when you join a new ship, the ship you have never worked on, so go through the fire plan. It's for your benefit. What does the fire plan contains? It contains details of the fire extinguishers, type and number available on board the ship, location where it is kept, location of each fire extinguisher, and firefighting equipment, including fire hydrants. Where are the fire hydrants fitted? Fixed firefighting system installed and what type and where it is. Location. Location of the escape route, emergency exit from various locations on board the ship. Ventilation provided on the ship and where are its controls. So the ventilation required can be switched off and when then re-switched on when man entry has to be made after the fire has been doused up or have been taken care of. It also has location of the bulkheads and its class mentioned. It is important to know, especially the firefighters, ship staff also should know what type of bulkheads are fitted on the ship, bulkhead and the doors, fire doors especially. What is the class of the doors? What does it mean? What does the class means? Class A, class B. Location of the doors on the ship, fire doors especially, where they are, where they are kept open, can be closed in emergency or not, how to close them in emergency if they are not, they are kept open. Copy of the fire plan is kept on either side of the ship, outside the accommodation, in a metal tube, port and starboard side. Do you know what is the purpose of keeping it in a metal tube outside the accommodation? It is kept and cased in a metal tube to keep it safe. Keep it safe from what? If fire occurs in the accommodation, then it's useful because if in the accommodation you person cannot enter into the accommodation because fire is taken place. So it is outside the accommodation. So it can be taken out and studied. Especially for the firefighter if the fire has occurred when the ship is in port. Because firefighters coming from the shore have no idea what is there on your ship. What is the fire plan? That means what firefighting media or equipment is available and where it is kept. So they need to read it and study it to follow so that they can deal with the fire in a better way. But if a fire is not in the accommodation, of course, that is not a problem. Because A fire plan is always kept in the accommodation. So if fire is in accommodation, sure, firefighter team has no knowledge of the means and location of the firefighting equipment fitted on the ship. They can remove this fire plan and study it and find the best way to fight the fire in consultation with the ship's officer. That's why the fire plan. Understood? This is part of the preparation. Remember, emergency escape routes are for escaping from the area in an emergency. Same escape route can also be used by the firefighter, especially if they are from ashore. Ship staff knows them, but firefighter from ashore may not be knowing them. So that's why a fire plan is important for them. If entrance to the area where the fire has occurred is blocked, they can use the emergency escape route. Indeed, firefighter will enter the space to fight the fire after carrying out necessary preparation. That's why a fire plan is a must, and study of the fire plan is a must for every shipboard crew member, and also the shore staff, a shore firefighter, in case they happen to board your ship to help you, assist you in fighting the fire. It is sufficient to know that the bulkheads and doors on the ship have different type and classes as to the protection they provide during a given time period. Of course, it is mentioned in the detail. I'm mentioning in the brief. You should study your fire plan on your ship. For example, Class A 60 bulkhead and doors shall prevent the passage of flame and smoke for a period of at least 60 minutes. All right. Now, what is the meaning of Class B? Class B 30, for example, it means bulkhead and door shall prevent the passage of flame only for a period of at least 30 minutes. You understood the difference between Class A and Class B? Class A prevent the passage of flame and smoke, whereas Class B prevents only the passage of flame. So that is the major difference. Okay. Now we come to the end of module 1. I'm sure you are curious to learn more about fire prevention and firefighting on board the ship you are working or you'll be working in future. Spread the word among your shipmates about this course. It's all free for anybody. It can be, you can have this course or this different chapters on your ship for the ship welfare, for the benefit of the ship's crew. They are short, 10 minutes at the max, some may be 15 minutes. So now we will go into module 2, fire, its occurrences, its sustenance, and how and extinguishing the fire. Chapter 1 is under preparation. Why does the fire occur in the first place? What are the reason for the fire to occur, and what is required for the fire to be present? So it is work in progress. Till the time I prepare the module 2, you can think of making voluntary contribution if you feel like. This training is free for everybody. But in case you, what we call in Sanskrit, Guru Dakshina, you can make a contribution. Go to PayPal, and my PayPal address is simple. It's DCEPROF, that is Delta, Charlie, Echo, Papa, Romeo, Oscar, Foxtrot. Once again, Delta, Charlie, Echo, Papa, Romeo, Oscar, Foxtrot. DCEPROF. Thank you. Have a good day.